You know those vehicles that just become absolute legends on South African roads? You see them on airport pickups, school runs, cross-country holidays. You see them everywhere and they just don't die? Well, this is one of them. And today we're looking at the VW 2022 T6.1 Kombi. And the big question for episode 3 is, can it beat the Storia we tested in episode 2? Or can it even get close to the Jeep we tested in episode 1? In the fight for the ultimate South African road trip car. Before we jump in, hit that subscribe button if you want to follow the series. My name is Julie and welcome back to the Yes List Road Trip Edition, a series where we test the actual things that matter on real South African road trips. Not how fast the car can get from 0 to 100 or how fast it looks, but the actual things that matter, like comfort, tech, safety, fuel, or whether your family will like you after 8 hours in the car together. Let's get into it. First impression. The Kombi doesn't scream for attention. It's not trying to be a spaceship like the Storia or flex like the Jeep. Instead, it has that solid, clean VW look. It has the square lines, the big windows, and an honest design. And it looks like what it is, a people mover that takes the job seriously. Not flashy, not dramatic, but trustworthy. And honestly, that understated confidence works. So, that's a yes. Let's chat about driver comfort. Now, if the Storia feels like a lounge, the VW Kombi feels like a control center. You get a high seating position, clear view of the road, a classic VW steering feel, and a ride that's firmer than the Storia, but still feels controlled and planted. The 2-liter TDI engine with a DSG gearbox is smooth, predictable, and surprisingly responsive. Long drives on the highway, easy. And you get into a rhythm, so you almost forget how big the car actually is. So for a road trip, this is a big yes. Category 3, passenger comfort. Now this is where things get a little interesting. The Kombi seats 8 people, and it feels like they designed it with actual humans in mind. The seats feel very supportive. I must say it doesn't feel as comfortable as the Storia, and the headroom is massive. It feels open and airy, but I must say it doesn't feel as open as the Storia. The Storia had these big windows and it felt super airy inside. But one thing that this car has that the Storia doesn't is the window shades. And I think that is something that is essential on a road trip. You've seen it in the Jeep, you see it now again in the Kombi. It's great if you can keep that bright sun out on a long road trip. I must say, if I have to compare the Jeep, the Storia, and the Kombi when it comes to passenger comfort and passenger experience, the Jeep wins by a mile. It has all the tech, all the features that just makes it top class. But take two that are kind of the same and on the same class, like the minibuses, the Storia and the Kombi. The Storia wins for me. The seats are more plush, the space is more airy, and I really do feel like the complete experience in the Storia is better. Category 4, space and practicality. Now this is where the Kombi starts to build its case. You get a big boot, even with all the rows up, a massive rear opening, sliding doors for easy access, foldable rear seats, tons of cabin storage, and because the seats sit high and the floor is low, loading and unloading things is easy, even heavy luggage. It's kind of hard for me to compare the Storia and the Kombi when it comes to space and practicality because it's two totally different cars with totally different purposes. Let me explain. So the Storia has 11 seats. So yes, you can take more people with you on a road trip. The Kombi has 8 seats, so it is less people. But with the Storia, with all 11 seats up, you don't have any space for any luggage or anything traveling with you. So you will have to have an extra trailer. But when you take the Kombi, you only have space for 8 people with loads of storage space and boot space. So you don't have to take a trailer. It all depends what are your needs. Is your car people heavy or stuff heavy? Category 5, tech for the road. Now the Kombi isn't overloaded with tech, but what you get, you'll actually use. You get touchscreen, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, Bluetooth, USB and a 12-volt socket, reverse camera on most models, multifunction steering wheel and cruise control. Is it flashier than the Jeep? Absolutely not. And if you say it is, you didn't watch the episode of the Jeep because that thing is kitted out from the inside and out. But it is more intuitive than the Staria. VW tech just works. Category 6, safety and driver assist. Now the Kombi delivers the safety essentials. It has multiple airbags, electronic stability control, traction control, ABS, hill assist, ISOFIX and solid visibility. The VW creates safe cars, and the Kombi is no exception. Category 7, fuel efficiency. Now this is where the Kombi really surprises people, because even though it is big and boxy, the 2-liter diesel engine is economical on highway road trips. It's not as efficient as Staria's diesel, but it's way better than petrol SUVs. So your budget will thank you for this one. Category 8, Roadtrip Experience. Now there's 3 words: relaxed, predictable, and easy. It soaks up bumps really well, your passengers feel extremely comfortable, and although it's very firm, you feel stable on the road. And it's a car that you can trust, especially with precious cargo. Next up, adventure readiness. Now it's no secret this is not a 4x4 or an off-roader, but it can handle gravel roads or farm entrances, lodge driveways, long dirt roads. So yes, it's tough, it's durable, and for South African roads, this is a good option. Category 10, overall value for road trips. Now, the Kombi doesn't have the luxury of the Jeep or the futuristic wow factor of the Staria. But what it does have is the most consistent, predictable, and reliable all-round road trip performance. It's balanced, it's durable, it's efficient, it's comfortable, and it's trusted by thousands of South Africans for a reason. On pure long-distance or family travel, the Kombi makes a very strong case. But here's a challenge, and it's the same thing people mention over and over again. The Kombi feels like a commercial vehicle underneath. The ride can get very firm, especially when it's empty. And although the materials are strong and durable, it's not premium. So if you're expecting the softness of a Staria or the luxury of a Jeep, this isn't that. The Kombi is practical first and comfortable second, and luxurious, not really. Now, this isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it is a trade-off that you have to be aware of. So, does the Kombi deserve a yes? Now, for big groups, for road trips, for families, for sport teams, for airport runs, for anyone who wants a stable, secure, and comfortable ride, it's a yes, and a big one. The Kombi might not be the flashiest road trip car in the series, but it might be the most dependable one. And sometimes dependable is exactly what you want. Okay, the moment of truth. Time to update our leaderboard. Still at the top, we've got the Jeep Grand Cherokee. It's still our luxury king. And that's it for this week's episode of the Yes List Road Trip Edition. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment if you prefer the Staria or the Kombi when it comes to a minibus. So, I'll see you next week. Bye!